Hello children. Today we are starting with our new topic of the same chapter, that is life processes in living organism part 1, and it is the part of cell division only, that is meiosis. Okay, we have already started with cell division, in which we have seen cell cycle, where we have studied interphase and mitosis, right? Now there in mitosis we have seen that why mitosis is relevant to us, right? Why mitosis is relevant to us, where it is happens, and why it is important to us, right? That we have seen that mitosis is the process which occurs in somatic cells, okay, and why it is required means whatever wound we are getting, because of the healing of that wound, from the growth of newborn baby to an adult man, for the growth of nails, hairs, for all these processes somatic cells are required, and these somatic cells are undergoing mitotic process, and it is producing diploid daughter cells. Okay, there we have seen, just recollect yourself and just have a recap that what we have seen there, that first cell that is known as parent cell, which is diploid, that is 2n. Okay, it is undergoing what? It is undergoing G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, that is called interphase. Okay, and after this G2 phase, what happens in mitosis interphase? After G2 phase, what happens? Yeah, cell jumps into prophase, which is followed by metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and finally the last stage, cytokinesis reach. Okay, which produces two neodiploid daughter cells, right? So in mitosis we have seen that diploid parent cell produces diploid daughter cell, two diploid daughter cells through interphase, which consists of G1, S and G2 phase, and mitosis, right, which consists of prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, and then cytokinesis. Okay, that's all we have studied in cell cycle, or we can say in the first part of cell division, that is mitosis. That's all we have done in our last video. Okay, let's move ahead. Now you all know that human body, means our body, is made up of cells, right? Now any idea how many cells we have? Yeah, the fact is that we have trillions of cells, right? We have trillions of cells. Now the question arises in our mind that we all know that we have started our life from a single cell, right? Now the question arises that how from a single cells trillions of cells are arised in our body, how trillions of cells are present in our body, right? Now this question, obviously this type of question will arise. Now although we have started our life from a single cell, but because of, or we can say as a result of repeated mitotic division, we are getting so many cells in our body. Okay, what we are today, this is only because of mitotic division. Clear? Means in our body cells are present, that is known as somatic cells, that is undergoing mitotic division, and through that mitotic divisions cells are continuously dividing. Okay, and that's why we are having so many cells in our body, right? Now we are saying that cells are dividing through the process of mitosis, it is producing so many cells. Okay, and that's why we are growing in our there is a growth from newborn baby to an adult man, there is a growth of nails, there is a growth of hairs, right? There is a wound healing because of mitotic division, because of the division of cells in somatic cells, we can say this all are happens, right? Now just we should know that these cells are of two types. Actually in our body there are two types of cells. Okay, one is somatic cells and another one is gametes, or we can say sex cells. Okay, now somatic cells, you already have studied about somatic cells, that somatic cells are what? In which mitotic division occurs, right? So mitotic division occurs in somatic cells, and these somatic cells have diploid number of chromosomes. Diploid number of chromosomes means 2n number of chromosomes are present in somatic cells, right? Another type of cells are sex cells, or we can say gametes. In gametes, haploid number of chromosomes are present. Okay, haploid number means n number of chromosomes are present in gametes. Clear? So by this we can say, or what I want to say, that human body, or we can say human cells, are divided into two types. Okay, on the basis of number of chromosomes present, human cells are divided into two types. One is somatic cells and another one is gamete, or we can say sex cells. Okay, somatic cells means they are having diploid number of chromosome, and sex cells or gametes are having haploid number of chromosome. Okay, now somatic cells means what? Where it is present. Yeah, in human body, obviously in human body it is present, but in human body sex cells are also present, na? So which cells are considered to be as a somatic cells? Which cells are considered to be as a somatic cells? Actually, in human body, whether it is skin cells, liver cells, neurons means what? Nerve cells, yeah. Skin cells, liver cells, neurons, stomach cells, all those cells are diploid, are having diploid number of chromosome. That means they are all somatic cells. Got it? Whatever cells are present in our body, whether it is liver cells, stomach cells, right? Liver cells, stomach cells, neurons, skin cells, these are all what? These are all somatic cells, means they are having diploid number of chromosome. And what type of division they are doing? They are doing mitotic division, right? They are doing mitotic division, means from diploid number of parent cell they are forming two diploid number of chromosome. दो daughter cell बनाते हैं from a parent cell, they are forming two daughter cells having diploid number of chromosome. 2n से 2n 2n दो बनेंगे, right? That is what happening in somatic cells, means all body cells, correct? But there is another type of cell present in our body that is having haploid number of chromosome, that is n number of chromosome, and that is what? That is known as sex cells, or we can say gametes. Okay, now these gametes which are produced, which are having haploid number of chromosomes, this would be sperms in case of males and eggs in case of females. Got it? Gametes which are having haploid number of chromosomes, they are forming sperms in case of males and eggs in case of females. Okay, so it means, what I want to say, that in case of men only sperms are the haploid cells, and in case of females only egg, or we can say ovums, are the haploid cells in their body, right? And rather than sperms in males and ovum or egg cells in females, all other cells are having diploid number of chromosomes, means all other cells are somatic cells except sperms and ovum in males and females respectively. Got it? So that's what you have to know, that in our body on the basis of number of chromosome there are two types of cells, somatic cells and sex cells, okay, or gametes. So somatic cells are having diploid number of chromosome. All the body cells are somatic cells which are undergoing mitotic divisions, except sex cells which are haploid number of chromosome, and they are undergoing what? Which type of division? Meiosis. Okay, and these cells means gametes which are produced, they are producing sperms in males and eggs in females. Okay, that's what we have to know, we should know about cells that are present in our body. Okay, now if I am saying that gametes are produced and they are forming sperms and eggs in males and females, so how these gametes are formed? Obviously the question will arise in your mind that how these gametes are formed. Actually what happens, that this sex cells, means whatever cells are having, that is diploid in number. Okay, these diploid chromosome number which is present in a cell, they are undergoing meiosis. Okay, and first there are two types of meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Through the process of meiosis 1, they are producing two daughter cells which are having haploid number of chromosomes, means parent cell was having 2n chromosome, matlab 46 chromosome was there in the parent cell. Okay, through the process of meiosis 1, it is producing two daughter cells having 23 number of chromosome, matlab parent का तो 46 chromosome था, after the division it is producing 23 chromosome in one daughter cell, 23 chromosome in another daughter cell. Got it? हमने माइटोटिक डिवीजन में क्या देखा था? व्हाट वी हैव सीन इन माइटोसिस, माइटोटिक डिवीजन और माइटोसिस, दैट 46 से इट इज प्रोड्यूसिंग टू डॉटर सेल, 46 पेरेंट सेल, 46 डॉटर सेल, 46 डॉटर सेल, राइट? Correct. But here what we have seen that the number of chromosome present in parent cell is 46, but the number there is after meiosis 1 it is producing 2 daughter cell, but the number of chromosome has been reduced. The number of chromosome is now 23, right? Okay, now this 23 number of chromosome cells or daughter cells, these two daughter cells undergoing further meiosis, that is known as meiosis 2, and it is producing 4 daughter cells which all are having 23 numbers of chromosomes. Means ultimately it is producing 4 daughter cells by the process of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. मतलब 46 chromosomes से 46 number of chromosomes से they are producing haploid daughter cells, 23 daughter cells. Got it? Whereas in mitosis what happens, 46 से 46 chromosome ही बने थे. That's why what we have seen, what we were saying, that mitosis is equational. Mitosis is also known as equational division, where there is no change in the chromosome number, right? The chromosome number will remain same. That's why what we have seen, what we have said, that mitosis is known as equational division. But here there is a total this is the main difference in meiosis and mitosis, that in meiosis it is producing haploid number of chromosome. That means there is a reduction in the number of chromosome. From 46 it is producing 23 number of chromosome in each daughter cells. Got it? And now the haploid gametes that are produced, that are having 23 number of chromosome, now these are forming sperms in case of males and eggs in case of females, right? Now just look at this scenario, look at this picture, what you have seen, what you are able to understand by this, what I want to say by this picture. Just look at this. Just, yeah, after looking at these family pictures, after observing this, what we come to know, that how the children are similar or different to their parents. That's what I want to say by showing you this picture. I want to show you this picture because I just want to observe you that how the children are similar or different to their parents. You see that there are 3 children, okay? They do have lots of similarities with their parents. Like all of them have huge bulgy eyes, same skin color, but there is some differences also, right? There are some differences. Like you can see in shape of the head, in there is a difference in their hairs. You would have seen that all 3 children's and parents look different from each other. They are not alike, they are different from each other. Okay, how does this happen? All the 3 children are born to the same set of parents, right? Just compare yourself with your sisters or brothers. You all are, means if we are talking about siblings, means if you are thinking about your sister or brother, you all are born from the same set of parents, right? But why siblings are not alike? Why they are different? Why you are looking different from your parents? Why you are looking different from your brothers or sisters? Right now, even you have characters that neither of the parents have. There are some characteristics which are which neither your father is carrying, neither nor your mother is carrying. Why it is so? Just think about it. Now just look at this picture also. In this picture also, if you will see, you will come to know that son is different from their parents, right? Son is having the mixed characteristic of both the parents, right? Like he has got his hairs, hairs from her mother, his mother, right? Correct. He have got ears and eyes like dad, like, right now. So he is having combination of all those characteristic, means he is having the characteristic of mother as well as father, right? So and because of this combination of both the characteristic from mother and parent, mother and father, he is unique, he makes himself unique. Got it? So in short, what I want to say, that we are totally means what I want to say, that we are having some similarities with our parents, with our siblings, but there are differences. There are differences from our father and mother. And why we are not similar to our parents, why we are not similar to our siblings, only because of meiosis. Means all these differences that I want to show you, it is only explained by the process of meiosis. Okay, and because of only this meiosis process, all this happens. Got it? Because of this meiosis only, we are different from our parents, we are different from our siblings, means from our brother and sisters, right? We are having some characteristic of mother, we are having some characteristic of father, but rather than that, say there are some characteristics which are different from them. Why it is so? Because of the process of meiosis. Okay, I hope it is clear to you now, right? So let's start with the process of meiosis. So this is an brief outline I just want to give you. See, in this diagram you will see that meiosis is start with the parent cell, okay, which is having 2n number of chromosome. Now in this meiosis process also, like in mitosis, they are going through the interphase. Similarly, here also meiosis has to follow interphase. Means whatever parent cell is there, it has to follow interphase. Means G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase, it has to follow, and then whatever DNA replicate cell is produced, that is undergoing meiosis. Okay, and after meiosis 1, it is producing 2 daughter cells, right? And this 2 daughter cells after meiosis 2 producing 4 daughter cells. Got it? What I want to say, that at the beginning parent cell is having diploid number of chromosomes, means 2n number of chromosomes, right? After the DNA replication through interphase, it is producing, after interphase, it is getting DNA replicated. Okay, its DNA gets replicated. Now it is following meiosis. In meiosis 1, it is producing 2 daughter cells which are having haploid number of chromosome, that is 23, and then again through the meiosis 2, it is producing 4 daughter cells which are having 23 number of chromosomes, right? Means from 46 number of chromosomes, we are ultimately at last getting 4 daughter cells are having 23 numbers of chromosome each. In each daughter cell, we are having 23 number of chromosomes. Got it? That means number of chromosome reduced. Got it? And whatever haploid cells we have got, in case of males, it is producing X. In case of males, it is producing sperms, and in case of females, it is producing X. Till here it is clear? Now, because in meiosis number of chromosome is reduced, that's why meiosis is also known as reductional division. As in mitosis number of chromosome is same, that's why we are saying mitosis is equational division. Similarly, here in meiosis number of chromosome reduced, right? That's why meiosis is also known as reductional division. This is just an outline about meiosis. Now we will discuss one by one all the processes in detail. Now before starting with everything in detail, just have a look in this flow chart. If we see, meiosis is divided into 2 types, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Now meiosis 1 consists of the phases, that is prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1, which is then followed by cytokinesis 1. Okay, see, sequence are same as that of mitosis: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, then cytokinesis. Similarly, it happens in meiosis also, right? Now in meiosis 1, it is prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1 and then cytokinesis 1. Now after the cytokinesis 1, 2 daughter cells produce which are having 23 number of chromosome in each, right? Now after this cytokinesis 1, each daughter cells which are having 23 number of chromosomes are enters into prophase 2. मतलब दोनों अलग अलग एंटर होंगे प्रोफेज 2 में. एक फॉलो करेगा प्रोफेज 2, दूसरा भी फॉलो करेगा प्रोफेज 2. मीन्स 2 individually going into the prophase 2. Okay, so each daughter cells which are having 23 number of chromosome enters into prophase 2. Then after prophase 2, metaphase 2, which is followed by anaphase 2, telophase 2 and then finally cytokinesis 2. And then after this cytokinesis 2, each daughter cell is producing 2 daughter cells. That means total 4 daughter cells are produced with 23 numbers of chromosome. Got it? That is the flow chart. What I want to say in brief, that meiosis is of two types. It is divided into two stages. Meiosis 1, meiosis 2. Meiosis 1 is having prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, followed by cytokinesis 1, which produces two daughter cells having 23 number of chromosome. These means each daughter cells enters into prophase 2, which is followed by metaphase 2, anaphase 2, telophase 2 and cytokinesis 2, and producing four daughter cells each with 23 number of chromosomes. Got it? Now let's discuss all of them one